Hey everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and checking these videos out. Really appreciate the support as well as the feedback. If you wish to support the channel even further, check these links down below. The Buy Me Coffee link is up and running, as well as the donation link. I'm in the process of upgrading video and audio to do on-the-water demonstrations as well as side-by-side out there. I think that'll be really nice. But without further ado, enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bearded Paddler here. Just kind of wanted to discuss a topic that is really important to me personally, and I'm talking about big box stores. So these are large chain, maybe sporting goods stores, grocery stores, some of your larger ones, and also farm supply stores. Everyone's kind of gotten into the kayak game because again, it's the last couple of years, especially with COVID, it's really kind of paid them to do so. And they do sell a lot of those kayaks. The thing that, we're one of the larger paddle shops in the country here. We have 5 locations here in Arkansas and southern Missouri, and we get a lot of customers. So our customers are usually people that we may not have been their first stop, because we kind of deal in what I call the mid-level to high-end kayaks. But they'll all say, hey, we bought ours over the grocery store, and it just, we didn't feel safe in it. It sprung a leak maybe after the second or third time or after the first season, and it just really wasn't what we thought it was. So then they come in, they obviously they want a better quality kayak, and I always tell people, if that's kind of what made me start these videos, honestly, is what I call the difference between cheap and inexpensive. Again, your cheap is going to be your cheap quality, cheap materials, cheap production process, and then kick them out quick. That's what makes the kayaks cheaper in price, is the manufacturing process is not as thorough. They kick them out in bulk and then they get them out. So that's really the difference between, say, a $299 kayak and a $600 kayak and up. It's the manufacturing process, what I call rotomold. Rotomolded is like your Yeti coolers, your high-end coolers. Your resin is poured into a mold, it's rotated and heated. That rotation gives you an even coverage. You're going to have an even thickness. Some of the manufacturers even test the thickness on different parts of the kayak before they send it out. That process obviously adds some cost to it. But it gives you a more durable kayak, a thicker kayak, and something that's going to last a lot longer, really as long as you want it to last. Now, when you talk about thermoform two-piece, that's where you can tell the kayak is a lot thinner. It's got kind of that waxy texture to it. And also, it's going to be 2 pieces that are kind of welded together. So those are going to float. They're going to get you on the water, but they're not going to perform as well. And when I say perform, I'm not talking about you're winning races. I'm talking about just, paddling it. It's going back and forth. You're working a lot harder. And that may not be a big deal to you. The big deal to me is the longevity of that kayak. How long is that thing going to last if you're using it? So if you're using it, which we want you to use your kayak, that's why you bought it, that's why you've invested the money in it. I see a lot of people using those kayaks for some reasons beyond what they're designed to do. And that's carrying a lot of gear, that's on moving water, that's on wide open lakes with a lot of traffic on it. So keep that in mind too. The performance of your kayak is more than just your speed. If you're just what I'd call a lazy paddler, just wanting to kind of float and drift down rivers and creeks, you still need a quality kayak to do that. Now, do I mean $1,000 and up? Absolutely not. So there are some brands that you can find in big box stores and some chain stores that are worth the money to buy, to look into. So I'm talking about your Perception kayak. Perception Kayak is a brand that we deal with and we've had a lot of luck with. They are rotomolded, they are US made. They operate under the Confluence Water Sport umbrella, which that's going to be Wilderness Systems, that's going to be Perception. They are owned by Pelican, Confluence is, so keep that in mind. But the process for Perception has been unchanged even before Pelican had purchased the company. Pelican is one of those brands I would consider on the top end of the lower tier kayaks. They are 2-piece construction. They are that thin material. And let's be honest, what does thin plastic do in hot, hot sun, especially if you're in the South? It's going to flex. It's going to soften. When you soften it, those two pieces become a little weaker where they come together. So the last place you want to find out how durable that kayak is when you're on a moving river or you're on a wide open lake. I've literally seen customers with those things folded up around debris or maybe a fallen tree and moving water. And guys, that's not where you want to be. To me, it's more of a safety issue than it is a quality issue, but the quality is what kind of creates that safety problem. But anyways, guys, that's kind of what I was talking about here is if you're lucky enough to have a paddle shop nearby, and I know not all of you are, and that may even be why you're watching the video here today, do some research on the quality of the kayak, where it was made, how it was made. Is it rotomolded? Not all rotomolded kayaks are made alike. There's a brand that's sold by another chain. It's called Ascend. It's made just here close to where I'm at in Springfield, Missouri. They are rotomolded, they are tough, but they may not perform as well. Again, that's, you know, it's a kind of a faster rotomolded process, and I know I'm not trying to create more questions than answers here, but, you know, perception, in my opinion, is that would be the lowest level kayak that I would suggest. Old Town makes some stuff that's pretty decent on their lower end as well. But your weight capacities, again, you want to stay as far away from your weight capacity as possible. So keep that in mind as well, depending on what you're using it for. But if you have any questions, guys, I'm always here. I'm always available. I'm not trying to sell you anything, obviously. I work in the retail industry, but these videos are really meant to inform and educate instead of trying to steer you. You know, I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything. So any way I can help you guys out, I'm always available. My email should be on the bio. It's thebeardedpaddler@gmail.com. Also, if you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well as YouTube here. I'm putting out a lot of videos on walkthroughs. As we get into these warmer months, we're going to be doing more on the water demonstrations. So again, if you like the content, please subscribe. Also, please drop me a like. It helps us reach a larger audience with these videos and hopefully help some more people out. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.